Alright. Okay, Wendy, can you look on the thing? So today is the last time, last class we did the bubble sort. Tell me, what is bubble sort, Wendy? What is bubble sort?
Is it in order to sort of the data?
Yeah. He just looks at two. 如果 the two number 比一个 number 大，我换。如果不是大，我不换。And then he just goes. Why must I have 减一？为什么需要减一 there for us？为什么需要负一 ？In the algorithm, I need to have the 那个 algorithm 这个长 and then I have to 负一。为什么？ Yes. So if I compare two, you don't need to do the last one because I don't have a other guy. 对不对 Wendy, I want you to look here for a second. Can you just pause? We're going to watch the Shao Shirping and then we're going to code. Okay? But you need to focus. So we put 负一 because the last compare 我们不需要做. Right? Because you're going to strand the younger number. So in this one, big O. What is big O there, Wendy?
The efficiency of the
algorithm. And so the it shows you how fast it is. Bubble sort is O to the N. This is 最好的. Okay? The best efficiency is that. The worst is O and 平方. Okay? And you can also make it check if it's already sorted. You could have an early exit if it's already sorted. Right? That's to increase the efficiency. Today, 我们学习什么东西 is insertion sort. Insertion sort 是有点像 but it's different. Okay? So insertion sort, I need you to look here, Wendy. Look at the TV. Don't look at your hand. So insertion sort, it 开始 to sort the data at the left-hand side. And then when we get this sorted, we just extend. And then it sort, and then it goes, and then it puts the stuff at the right location. So we're going to be doing this. And I have a little animation. We're going to watch a little video, and then we're going to code this. Okay? 准备好了? So let's watch a little animation. What is insertion sort? And then what we're going to do is we are going to code what it is.
How insertion sort works. We have a unsorted array here. First, we consider the first element to be sorted. Then, we take each subsequent element from the unsorted part and insert it at its position in the sorted part. So here, 64 is before 64. So we will make the space by shifting other elements and inserting them.
Wendy, click here.
okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right, that's interesting. Has anyone made insertion sort before? What is difference between inserting sort and bubble sort? 什么不一样? Chen? What is different in this algorithm?
The bubble sort is sort by group, double and double. The insertion sort, or group sort is like how do you describe it?
It has a bigger group.
Yeah,
It has a bigger group. So
you swap a lot of time.
yes, we have to swap a lot of time. And so it's a little bit funny. I'm going to show you the explanation. I put a easier way to understand. 第一步, we must start at the first. Before, with bubble sort, we would flip. We would flip to the end, 对不对? In this, 我们开始是 at the left-hand side, and we call this the key. Okay?
Okay.
We assume that the very first guy is sorted. So 开始 we say he's okay. The second thing what we do then is we move the key. We have to sort on the left-hand side here. We need another variable we can call j. J is going to extend when the group becomes 越来越长, he become green. 对不对? So we need to have 一个变量 called like j or something that's going to keep track is how long is my sorted group. Because what's going to happen is the key, as it's sorted, the key is going to move over here. This is the key. The key, now I 选它, I pull him up. And then I look at the 旁边. Right now, we have an index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 一模一样是 I 是 the index. 我们是有一个 loop, 对不对? And what's going to happen is as the key move over, I need to look at I. It's going to be I 负一. Floss, what is I 负一? If the key is right here, I 负一 is what? Is it going to be 22 or 64? I 负一. 现在如果 I 是3, what is I 负一? What is the data? It's going to be 2. That means that we're going to look at this guy. So what we do is from I, we go I 负一, and we compare it with the guy right here, 旁边. If this is smaller, 我们换wager. Are you okay, Wendy? It looks like you're a little sad. Are you? Okay. So this 5分钟, if you can focus 5分钟, and then 明白, and then it's okay. Okay? This is the important part of the lesson, because if I have to 继续教 this, it's 有点难. But if we can 明白, 没问题. Okay? So what's going to happen is you 刚刚开始 is you're going to have a key. And as you sort, the key is going to shift to the right. 对不对? And J is going to extend. 现在 J is 多少? Wendy? How many data is sorted?
3.
It's 3. So right now, J is going to be 3. So what you're going to have to do is I'm going to have J minus 1. And that is going to look here. And then I swap, swap, swap. And so I'm going to have a while loop. Okay? So while J is bigger than 0, I'm going to see if I have to move him all the way to the 前面. Okay? So let's 打开 open a new file. And I want you to do 4.8b and call it insertion sort. 我们做一个新的algorithm, okay?
Oh,
And-
what?
So the topic is insertion sort. Okay? 你可以 program now. I want you to put some numbers. And we're going to insert, so we have 4, 6, 2, 0, 10. Okay? We already did a bubble sort.
4, 6, and
10.
4, 6, 2, 0.
Okay, I'm just going to put my header comments here. What is today's date? March. Wendy, what's today? Okay. Does everyone have some data here? Oh, I need to put this as a py. Let me rename this. So .py is Python. .py. How come it says already exists in this lookup? Please choose a different name. Ah. Okay. .py. Okay. Does everyone have the data here? I'm going to print the num and we'll see what go. Okay. So does everyone have some data that you're going to sort? You can make a list of some, we'll just use some small data. So in the first thing,
Print down. Print now. Let's go.
okay. on this wait for everyone. What we're going to do is we need to have a 变量 called key. And what you're going to do is save it to the very first data in our algorithm. Okay? So key is going to be equal, and we also need to have 两个two things. We need to have for I in range. Because if you recall, we need to loop through this thing here. We need to have a I. And so we need to have a for loop for I in range, the length of number. And we need to minus 1. Floss 为什么需要负一? Correct. And we're going to assume that the very first data is sorted. Therefore, we want to start at E. We're not going to start at 0. We want to start at 1. Why? It's because we're going to start to do the switch when is this guy. Okay? We need I equal to 1, not 0, because 刚刚开始 we assume that the key is already sorted. 它已经是绿色，对不对? And what we have to do is start at the second item. Okay? And so the very first thing is to, let me put the step. So the step is save the first item in the list as a key.
Do I need to type it?
可以。这个是第一步，你需要保全第一个位置。
Must have key.
Okay?
Key equal, and then let me have a look for I in range.
Okay. So inside your loop, we're going to have our key. It's going to be equal to the very first item in the loop. Wendy, how do I assign the key to the first item in my data? It's going to be num what? What is the index number of 4?
0.
It's going to be 0, right?
Key equal to now. And then print now. Right.
Okay, we also need to have a variable called j, okay? Because what's going to happen is as my data is getting ordered, the j variable is going to extend bigger and bigger. Okay, so we need to have a variable called j. Okay, so I'm going to make a variable called j. J is equal to I负一. Okay, what this means is as I loop through my list, let's say my key is at 2. The j must be 2 because there's 2 elements that the 2 must shift over to the left 2 place. Agree or disagree? Right? I'm going to take a little screenshot so that you guys can 你需要看明白. Okay? So right here, I have 举个例子, I have a range I. I'm going to 开始 right here. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? We assume that this is already sorted. So I'm going to start the algorithm right here. Okay? And we're going to get a number from 1 to 4. Okay? This is my I. And let's say we swap this. This is already in the correct order. We need a variable called j. And j, if my I is here, 如果我在这个位置, this is going to be my key. The key is the current location. And so right here, I have key is equal to num I. Agree or disagree? 然后 I need to 编那个 two to the left 2 places. Agree or disagree? So I can just go J is going to be equal to I fu E. I fu E because right now I is 2 and 2 minus 1 is going to the index number is going to actually be 0 and 2, 0 and 1. So it needs to shift to the left 2 places, okay? So you need to have a J variable to tell him how far I need to shift the data to the left, okay? And that's why I have the J fui, okay? So let's go back to our code, okay? So right now I have saved the current data, for example, right here. Then J is going to be the gigawager minus 1. So I need to shift him over 2 elements. And then I need to do a while loop. 你看这边 Floss? What you're going to do is while J is greater than 0, because in here we need to shift the number of places over. So what we have to do is put an equal while loop. We're going to use a while loop, and we're going to shift if this number is smaller than these guys' number. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is my key. So first I need to compare it with the 6. This is going to be and num J is less than num J. Let me see if it's going to be J. Is it J or I? I forgot. Sorry. It is. Yeah. Oh, we already have the keys. This guy. So I can say if J, if num J is bigger than the key. Okay, that means that if this guy, because J is 1 less than I, if this guy is bigger than this, 我需要换. Okay, I need to swap. Yep. Is it too small? Do you want me to make it bigger? Is that bigger enough? 可以看见, is that better there, Wendy? 看得见 or no? Do you want to sit up closer? You can just sit up closer. I will send it to you on Teams. 马上. I will send it on the Teams. Right now, I just want you to 看明白, okay? So right now, I have the J variable. The J variable is basically how many items that are sorted. Okay? For example, if I have 3 things, you're gonna have to have a J variable that's equal to 3. All right? So swap. How do I swap there, Chet? I forgot. If I have 2, I need to first save the data. So,
is equal to IGE.
yeah. So right now, the data, let's say we're looking at the 2, is
plus 2.
it's going to be equal to the key, because key is the same as num I.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to save the current location.
And then you need to make the number to be same. That's something equal to something.
And then I'm going to move this data over here. So that data is num J
minus 1
is going to be equal to
num
I. Oh, so smart. So
and then num J equal to 10.
And then num
J.
我想一想. Oh, yeah. And then
J equal to 10.
Num
J
J is it
equal to 10.
no? is going to be equal to temp. So this is my swap algorithm. Okay? Let's see if this works. Do you think this is going to work? Oh, just wait. I forgot one more thing. Every time we do this, we need to decrease j. J equals to j fu yi. The reason why you have to minus j is right here, j is 3. So after I switch him, you need to minus 1 to j, so it'll be 2, because there's 2 elements that I may have to move him over. Okay? So when I first start, for example, j is equal to I minus 1. Okay? And then you have to keep on decreasing it until j is get to 0. Until j is equal to 0, basically. So you need to put j equal to j minus 1. Do you think this is going to work? 你觉得呢? Let's 试一下. Okay, I'm going to hit run. I need to have a ma hao, a colon here. Okay. Hit run. Oh my god! What happened to my data? 为什么 it's all zeros? Data is all zeros. 为什么? Okay. 我看一下 num is equal to I. Num is equal to I. J is equal to I minus 1. Okay, which is 4. That's okay. While j is bigger than 0 and num j is greater than key, that makes sense. Swap. Temp is equal to key. I think the problem's in here. Temp is equal to key. Okay. Num j, well, I need to, okay, num j is equal to num I. Is that correct? Num j is equal to num I. Or let's put num j is equal to I. Okay, and then, oh yes, I see. This should be I. Then num I is equal to temp. Okay, let's have a try. What? Why where did the zeros come from? I think there's a bug with the, not my code, but this machine. Maybe you have to save the code. Control save. Let me control save. What's going on? Where did these zeros come from, guys? I don't have the zeros. I only have 1 0 here. Let me have a look at my other one. Is equal to number j minus. Let me think. Should be okay. Okay. I want you to try to have a look. There's a bug in this. Okay. And do you guys kind of get the idea of the algorithm? Wendy? Flash, do you see the I want you guys to have a try. I'm gonna send it to you. This app. Okay. I'm going to send you guys the code on Teams. 现在打开 Teams, and then your task is to create to debug it, okay? So Daikai teams in grade 11, I'm going to give you the insertion sort. Yeah.
Teams, let me log in. Where's the teams? Let me log in. Where can log in my team?
Okay. I have to debug this. Can you fix it? Hey, I have I wrote my other algorithm here without the key. For example, I put 1 to this. J is equal to I. I save the current location. While I is this. J, I look at the other variable greater than J. This is the same as the key. This is the same idea as the key. I think the problem is in here. Let me check the swap. Because if I run this code here, you see the algorithm is work. Okay?
So why is so slow?
So I'm gonna give you my code. Let's have a look. Got the access to that code, okay? So here's my. This is J. This is 1 minus, and then that is equal to I. Okay. The logic is funny. Okay, I'm gonna go back to if I instead of using this, my other algorithm that I created was I just save the current location. Okay. I'm gonna come back to this. J is equal to I. Save the current location. While J is greater than 0, compare 1 less, okay, with the current location. If that's true, swap. So you save the data on the left. Then you move the right data into the left, and then the temp goes there. That okay, that works. So let's debug it. I want to do this. Key is equal to the current location num I. So this is the current location. Okay. And I'm going to swap num j. I need j. J is equal to I minus 1. Okay, that's fine. That's on the left by 1. So when I go to the left by 1, if that left one is bigger than, I think that it doesn't work. No, that should be okay. That should be okay. Print swap. And then what I need to do is the temp is going to be equal not to key. Then it's going to be equal to num j. So when I save that location, then num j is equal to num I. And then num I is equal to temp. Okay, I think I figured it out. Why didn't it work? Why does this logic not work? Did you find out how to guide? This is very strange. This should work. Where is the bug? Oh, maybe we don't need the fui. Let me have a run. Let me change my data here. I'm gonna put some more. Zero should be over here.
Okay, I just log in my team. Sorry.
Let me have a look. Yeah, it's not moving over. How are you, Wendy? How are you doing now? Do you have the same problem I'm having? What? I need to debug why this is have the mistake. Let's see online. On anyone online. Insertion
Okay.
sort. Where's wrong with my code? Let's see if there's any comment. Anyone
So
in the
is
chat?
this one? This one, right?
What?
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're trying to make the insertion sort algorithm. I did it the other way the other day, but I'm trying to do this using the key variable. Before this algorithm worked. Save the current thing. That's the same thing as, so I'm just gonna copy this old code. Okay. And I'm going to share it with this and find out what's going on. So J
Why is sweet swap?
is it this? This is the bad thing right here. I can't use the key. I need to. This has to be a number. This is that. Maybe if the key is equal to the current location, that should be okay. The key, so that's going to save 2. There's no problem with that. That's going to be 2, for example. Or that's going to be 1, and 1 right now is I. So it's, at the very first, it's going to be 6. Let me see. So that's 6. Is 4 bigger than that? No. So it's not going to swap. Then I is going to increase. That's okay. So now we're here. Is j bigger than 0? Yes. Yes, j is bigger than 0. And num j, which is 6, greater than key. It should say yes. Then I need to switch these two. Temp is equal j. Let me just print this out. What in the world's going on? I'm gonna go 1, 2, 2, and then see what's going on here. Print num j. Okay, let me just do some debugging here. Key, print key. We're doing an insertion sort, by the way. Print j. I want to verify these numbers. Numbers is not defined. Oh, right, because I had some other garbage stuff down here. Hit run. So I got 6. And then the J was 0. I think I figured it out, guys. So key 6. Okay, and I'm gonna go to 3. From 3.
Okay.
So we have 6 and 0. So I compare those two. It's not going to swap. I'm gonna print here the key. Did you find out your algorithm there, class? You can. So I want you to find the problem and fix it. Okay, I'm going to debug this. So when my key is 2, J is equal to 1. I think it's because this is not an index number here. And then key, comma, J, comma, J. Put some debugging. So 6, 0. Okay. J. Now I'm gonna print. Key and num J. Okay, these should actually give me the two numbers that we're comparing. So compare. I'm gonna compare these two numbers. See what this will do. So this is going to, at the very first, we're comparing 6 with 4. I'm comparing 6 and 4 is correct. Don't swap. And then I'm gonna compare this and 2. So that's no problem. So this compare is working. And 6 is bigger than that, so it says swap. The problem is my swapping now. Swap. So when I swap, it's okay. When I swap, I want to swap J with the key. I want to switch 6 and 2. Okay, I need to swap this. Oh, it did work. It did work. That's no problem. 这个没问题。这个 code 没问题. And then what happened is J minus J. I don't need J minus J because I have here. Do I need? While this is true. And that. No, I do need that to keep on shifting. That should have went over one more. How come it didn't do it? I need to print J right here. Print J. This should go down to 0. It did switch, but it didn't go the 2 all the way to the left. Okay. So let me hit run. See, it did go there, Okay, let me increase my range. No, it should be in this loop. This loop should go like there. So this is working. So I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. This loop should go until j is equal to 0. This didn't swap. Put 3 here. It says j is equal to 0. J is equal to -1. Maybe it wasn't moving far enough over. No. This is the wrong direction. Maybe that's my bug. No. 1 greater than that. Let's switch. We switched it. Why didn't it compare with that? Do I need to update my key? Equal to, oh right, this key equal to my eye's not going to change. What? I can't find the thing. Why did the 2 get stuck here? How come it didn't go over 1 more? Can you speak more loudly? Yes. How come it didn't go over 1 more? Okay. So where's the bug?
I think like you put the you do the wrong comparison like 你把那个 I 变成了 J 那个样子，然后就是
+1.
顺序这边的顺序 like it is very 它是往后面去等于那个，所以说就是它不能等这个不能等于这个，应该是这个等于这个。
Okay. So the swap you're saying is wrong? So let me have a look. First, you have key is equal to the current location. Divide. Do you subtract 1 from j? No problem, right? So the swap, the issues in the swap, it's j plus 1 must be equal to array j. So let me just have a try. This way, can you show me? So it's, you put num j plus 1 is equal to
Website. So I think maybe it's like this.
to array j, num j. In this case, it's going to be num j. Num j. And then we -1. And then we had to update our key. Oh, the problem is we weren't updating our key. Right? Key. I think the problem was I didn't update my key. It's going to be num j plus 1 is equal to key. Okay, let's see if this works here. I get the same bug.
Huh?
Is this a problem with my computer? What in the world's going on?
Why you do for I in range 1, 2, 3 here?
Ah, that's right. I forgot that. The length of my num. So let's see. Maybe I had the right code. I just didn't do it right. Why is this still not work?
Huh?
I think something's really funny, eh? Can you look at your code? Any ideas online? I want to use a temp variable for the swap. I wrote this code before and then I wanted to make a key. Okay, I'm gonna give you the code, the insertion code that is working. And I want you to try to play around with the other code and try to fix it, okay? They're Ched and Floss. So I'm going to give you, here's the working insertion sort algorithm, okay? Right here. And I want you to make sure you use a temp variable. Okay, this is okay. So if you go into Teams, I want you to run this code and see if it sorts this data. Okay, I want your insertion to use a temp variable to swap. Okay, and look at my original code and try to find out where's the bug. Where's the bug in this code here? Does that make sense? We understand how the algorithm is searching it's using a while loop where you need a shift. And for some reason, my code wasn't shifting it all the way to the end. So step one, I'm going to save the current data. Save the data. Numj when it's bigger than your temp. This would be your num. Okay, let's see. Num j plus 1 is equal to num j. J is equal to j minus 1. And then my num j plus 1 is equal to my key. This should work. This doesn't make sense. There we go. Why does this 0 get stuck here? The bug. Ah, I can't find it. Why does it not work? What's wrong with this code? Yeah, what is wrong with this code? I didn't change anything on it. Why does it not move the 0 over?
Oh.
Flash, do you see how this is work? Where's the tool? this doesn't flip over. It's very strange. 有点奇怪. Okay. Can you the other code I sent, can you share that? Does it work or no? On Teams I sent to you.
Let me try.
Is it not possible or what's going on?
Oh, it's work.
Now we have to look at this code and 为什么这个没有 work? Can you have a look at the code and try to find out now where's the problem? So insertion sort. First you save the current location. Okay? No problem. Just save the current location. Then what you have to do is we're going to have a variable of the length of the sorted data. We're going to have in this case, okay, let me just change this number. If I have 2 zeros. Why is this 4? Why didn't it get to the 4? I have a funny feeling it's to do with this. So the swap is working, but the length of this is not working. Oh, if I put fui, it worked. Why? Okay. Now let me see here. 6. Oh, it's working now. What in the world? You see, I found the bug. Mine is I need a fui here, and then it's worked. You see? Oh, but this 10 is not working now.
Okay.
You see? Okay, let's analyze it. Do you understand the Flash? Do you understand the algorithm? Kind of. Wendy, you're okay? So I'll give you this code, and then I want you to try to debug it. We need to print and find out where he's going wrong. Okay. Okay. I'll give you the code, and he's not sorting him correctly. There is a bug there. There is a bug. I'm going to play around. Okay. Let's try to solve this. All right. Let's go back to the square one. Insertion sort. I want to use a temp variable. And I have this data. Okay, let's go back to square one. So first I'm going to have a key. The key is going to be equal to the first data. So it's going to be num_i. And the range is going to start at 1 because we assume that the first data is sorted. So I'm going to look at this data right here. I have a j variable. The j variable is going to be 1 less than I because it's going to be to the left of the key. This is the key. We compare it. If it's that, we swap. So if we compare it, and if it's true, I'm going to print swap. In my current data, let us make a swap. possible. I'm going to put 6 and 4. So we're going to force him to switch, and we're only going to do it once. So I'm just going to make this a dummy 1 to 2, 1 to 1. I'm going to only do this one time. And so there's a bug. Why didn't it swap? So we go in here, the key, let me print the key. The key should be 4, and J should be 0. And right here we get the key is 6. Because this, right, I need it to start at 1. So you put a 2 there. Okay, so the key is 4 and J is 0. Okay, AYT. And then I need to do a flip here, but I can't do a flip because J is equal to 0. It's not rated equal to this, so it doesn't do a swap. It doesn't do a swap. I figured it out. Guys, I figured it out. Look right here. This J is 0. While J is greater than 0, it will do that. So the problem's here. So if I put -1, while J is greater than -1, yeah, you see, it flipped. That's my problem right here. Okay, that should be -1. It flipped. And then now in the second iteration, to 3. Sorry, I don't want to waste your time, guys. Can you, Ched, can you try to do your 4.8 homework?
Okay.
And Floss, you can try to do the bug, or you can work on the 4点半. Did you guys finish your homework?
Notebook 4.8.
Yeah. Wendy? So you guys have a choice. Either you can try to fix the bug.
Wait, let me try to
Fix the bug, or you can try to work on your homework. Okay. So this is like a little programming challenge. I'm just debugging this.
Internet is a little bit slow.
This is working. You see? It moved the 2 over. This is correct. When I put -1, let me just print the I. That worked. That's not a problem. Okay, and then if I increase it,
4.8对吧？ Is it
it
4.8?
worked. And then when I increase this one more time, it worked. Did it? Let me go back. Okay. Okay. 2, 5. And 6. There, it worked. So the bug was this right here. The bug in my case, my algorithm, I needed the j had to be greater than we. Each algorithm is a little bit different, and then this had to be 1 to 6. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data here. So this is just going to be num. It's going to be length of num. My goodness, that took me forever to figure out. My brain's dead. Huh? What? Length of num. Tengong. I figured it. See, it worked. You see? This had to be fui. My goodness. That took a long time to figure out. Yes. This is the insertion sort. My problem was, you know, when this was equal to 0, it didn't get to the n number. And so you see, it was like this. And so my problem, I just had to have fui right here, and then I hit run, and then it's it can work. Oh, let me just double check that this is working. Yeah, it's working now. Okay. Does everyone have the algorithm, or do you want me to give you? There's more than one way to do. Now, if we want to keep on play, we can keep on play, right? If I wanted to use a temp variable, why wouldn't you just use I? This could just be I. Yeah, that's a simpler algorithm. Can I make this simpler?
So how do you screenshot in this level?
Windows Shift S is screenshot.
Shift S.
All right. We figured it out. This was supposed to be -1. There's more than you can make different algorithms, but this one worked pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna try to use a temp. Okay, I want to swap temp. I don't need to have a temp because I'm using the key as a temp. Temp is equal to okay, let's see. Temp is equal to key. Okay, no, it's equal to num j. If I want to switch these two numbers, for example, then num then sorry, num j is equal to num I. It's just like the reverse logic. You can do it more than one way. This way, is there no sound? You guys have sound? You can hear me okay? All right, great. temp is equal to the left variable, and then what I'm doing is making the left variable equal to that, and then I is equal to temp. Let's see if this algorithm works. J is equal to J minus 1. It worked. That is a beautiful thing. Okay, let's see if it's gonna move this to the very end. That didn't work. What in the world? That's it all up. Sorry. Anyways. I like the other solution better. Let's put 48. The algorithm's working. Alright. So I have two algorithms, this one and that one. The other one, I like this one better. I like using the temp. I just save the current location, do a little comparison. It's not actually using the key, it's just using the variable. Alright, so that's it, guys, for this class. Your homework is make a code, a bubble array, and explain what is insertion sort. Okay, it's a DWT. Okay, does that make sense, Wendy? Insert your code right here for your homework, and I'll check it tomorrow. Okay, there's more than one way to make an insertion sort. This one was using a key. Okay, and then this one was I was just using the location. There's more than one code that can work for this.